It's great to be with you today. Today is another opportunity, and what I'm going to be sharing with you, to open into acceptance and surrender of things that happen in your life that are rather unwelcome. So just take a moment to ponder, are there things that are happening in your universe that you're finding difficult to accept? Whether they're accidents or just, I don't know, the way your relationship is going, general problems in life. Are there things that you're finding really difficult to accept? Because there is so often an opportunity to really fall into acceptance and surrender, because we suffer when we don't accept things as they are, when we want them to be different. A few weeks ago, I shared a video about the fact that I had broken my toe whilst I was on holiday in Santa Fe in the middle of the night, smacking the bedpost, for those of you who've seen that video. It was very painful, and it took quite a long time for it to heal because the impact was so great at the time. Anyway, my toe healed really well, and about a week or so ago, it finally stopped aching and being sore, which I was very excited about. And I was so happy to be walking around, feeling fit again, being able to walk the dog, being able to cycle again and do the things that I love doing. It was wonderful. I had this incredible new lease of life. And then on Friday night, just gone, a few days ago, I was excitedly running into the front room where I do a lot of my writing of my book, Droplets of Love, that I'm currently creating. Because I just restructured it, I'd moved around chapters, and I loved the new flow, and I was so keen to share it with James, my husband. So I ran in there because I was going to be making dinner, but I'm like, I've got time. I kind of rushed in there to go and get the outline to show him. And as I rushed in, there's this kind of narrow gap between a coffee table and a chair, and the coffee table has a metal leg to it. And as I rushed in, I clipped my left foot against the coffee table with the metal leg. I was like, ow! I went down. I'm like, oh my God. And what I heard in an instant, my inner guidance said to me, no, don't take that in there to show him. It's like I got taken down, smack, in the process of running off for some validation. I didn't think I was actually asking for approval, to know if it was all okay. Have I done this right? I thought at the time that I was just really excited and happy to be sharing that I just had this really great idea about what to do with my chapters. But in that instant, I recognized the fact that, yes, I was going to be running back into the kitchen going, look, this is what I'm going to do for the first chapter. I'm moving this around here, and this is what I'm going to do at the end of this first section. And then I would have said, what do you think? And the very act of that would have been taking myself out of my own sovereignty, because I wasn't trusting that I knew this is exciting. This is amazing. Oh, wow. I can't wait to write this, to create it in this way and to share it with the world. Instead, I was sort of checking in with him, or I would have been checking in with him. So yeah, I was taken out for even attempting to do that, which was very interesting. So I didn't take it in there, and I didn't show him. I listened to the guidance. And in addition to being asked to stop going to other people and asking for, what they think about, for their advice, for their thoughts on it, to really trust myself. In addition to that, it was also another invitation to really accept and surrender to what happens sometimes. I had an accident, and I was really fed up actually, because I had only just healed from breaking a toe on my right foot. This is my left foot. It was the same toe on my left foot. And I was thinking, I can't walk the dog again for several weeks. I can't ride my bike. I was thinking all the things I couldn't do. I'm like, ow, this hurts. Oh no, I've got to go to get this x-rayed, and I've got into the UK in a couple of weeks. and I shall be pushing my mother around in a wheelchair. I'm like, geez, how am I going to do that with a broken toe? Do I have to change my trip? Do I have to? All of these thoughts were going around. I'm like, no, no. And I kind of was in disbelief. I went to bed in a bit of a grump really early. And I thought, I'll just get up in the morning really early and we'll go and get me x-rayed first thing. And hopefully I've just stubbed my toe and it's just going to be a few days of discomfort. But sadly, got it x-rayed and nope, I had definitely broken my toe. So it was another opportunity to fully accept what was going on. And to, instead of thinking of all the things that I couldn't do and why I was so annoyed with myself, it's like, okay, then peace descended. I'm like, okay, this is a situation for a few weeks. I'm going to have to take it easier and not move around very much and get back to focusing on my creative projects and things without so many distractions. And, you know, fixing up life. So I've got a really amazing guy who comes to walk the dog. And my dog, Molly, adores this guy, absolutely adores him. And so I think that she's probably quite pleased I've broken my toe in some ways, because she gets daily visits from Emmett and he takes her out to a dog park with other dogs. He sends me photographs and videos of her. She's having a ball, so she's having a really great time. So she certainly benefited from me breaking my toe, as did I, because it also helped me see that just really trust myself, that about my ideas, about my intuitive hits and the guidance that I receive, and just trust myself completely and utterly. And the other piece, I suppose, was about slowing down. Which it was the first time I broke my toe. Part of the message the first time was slow down, because I have the habit of inside of this fast. I have been saying in recent videos that I've been feeling quite overwhelmed with all of these creative projects that I'm working on, and just with normal regular life things too. It's been a bit like, oh, hasn't been enough time in the day kind of feeling. And I knew I was feeling too rushed and just feeling it's hard to really relax and get into my stillness, harder than normal. So I guess it was also a wake-up call to slow down, not just physically in terms of stop rushing into rooms where there's a narrow gap when you can hit a piece of furniture if you're not paying attention, but also slowing down inside. And actually, it's the slowing down inside that creates the slowing down outside. Because in my head, I was kind of like, oh, I'll just go show him, or just, then I'll go to dinner, I'll go. Like, ooh. Just take a moment to have a few deep breaths to, for a flag to come up, here's my intention, to have like a little flag that comes up when I'm thinking so fast, yeah, I want to do this, whether it's I'm excited or whether it's fearful or whatever it is, but if it's anything that's rushed, to just go, I hear you, let's just take a moment. A little like when there's a very excited toddler that runs in the room. I gotta trying to tell you about something. I just saw this and I just did that and then this just happened, and they're going a million miles an hour. Just go, take a breath, take a moment, take a breath. So yeah, I think that's my tip to myself, and maybe to you too, this concept of slowing down on the inside and slowing down therefore on the outside to enter into a more harmonious flow of life. Be very beneficial, whilst accepting all of the things that are taking place in life, the difficult things. It's easy to accept the great things, isn't it? But to really let yourself accept everything that's going on, because there were gifts in breaking my toe. There are gifts in everything that happen, and sometimes it can take a while for that to become apparent to us, whatever the learning is or the intuitive hit, what you need to know so that you can change the way that you're doing things. And at other times it comes in a flash, like right then, the second I went down, poof, I knew exactly what it was. So it was undeniable. Yes, it was. And I was clearing out my computer recently, rejigging my structure and things, as I have a little bit more sitting down time at the moment to work on my creative projects and things, as well as getting so frustrated with my crazy files, not very well laid out, and I'm trying to move things around so I can find things more easily. And plenty of files that I created years and years and years ago, I've been unearthing, going, oh, look at that. And one of them was a quote by the Buddha, Well, at least I think it was Buddhist. It's a Buddhist teaching, and apparently the Buddha said something along these lines. I'm quite sure it wasn't exactly his words, but anyway, you get the gist, and I'm going to read it out. Maybe close your eyes. Life often shoots an arrow at you and wounds you. However, by not accepting what's happened, by worrying about it, by saying it is unfair and wondering how long the pain will last, we tend to shoot a second arrow into the open wound and increase and prolong the pain. Pain is often a given, but suffering is optional. No, found that the other day. Like, my toe! Oh my God, that's my toe! It's me and my toe! So anyway, I'm even now, broken a toe on both feet this year. I don't think I've ever broken any bones in my body before. And so, yeah, anyway, it's been quite the year for that. And I'm going to listen this time. I'm really listening. That is 2 hits in close succession. I'm like, you've got my attention, universe. Where's the universe got your attention? What are you not really listening to? You know, what's happening that you're like, oh, I didn't see it that way. If there's something that's happening, you can't accept it, really sit with it for a little while and ask in your quiet time, in your meditation, you know, ask your guides, just ask the universe, ask God, ask whatever your name is for that. Ask grace, ask the divine. What is it you need to know? What are you trying to show me by this happening in my life? And just remember that there really, truly are gifts in everything that happens. Well, if you enjoy this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you get to see all of my new posts when they come out. Thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure as always, and I'll be with you again soon. Bye.